Good morning. Kind of dragging this morning. It's a little, not dragging, it's just one of those days where I'm having to be very deliberate about everything and, kind of push myself out the door to get to the gym. But it's Sunday, time to offer up some prayers at the Church of Iron. Good workout today. Glad I got up and made it happen. Although I forgot my towel, which is just like the worst thing. I was asked in the comments how I pick my workouts, how I do my choose what weights, what body parts, whatever. The truth is, right now I'm just on a 4-day split: chest and tris, back and bis, shoulders and legs. And it's just real basic, and I'm really just trying to rebuild some consistency right now, so I can't say I put a whole lot of thought into it. But good day, good morning, glad I got up and got going. Now let's keep it moving.
Burnout, huh?
Burnout. Well, just I'm doing the whole road to spectacle.
Okay.
And trying to revitalize my wrestling a little bit, and
trying to get in spectacle mood.
Yeah, trying to get in spectacle mood. I haven't been in spectacle mood all year. I mean, really, I haven't been in wrestling mood all year. So I'm trying to.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Yeah.
We're here. I came out here to Taylorville
to
sit down with Derek Moss, who is, just one of the PWA stalwarts. Been there as long as me. I mean, we all came on at the same time.
You came in a little bit before, a couple months or so.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't have been much.
No, I came in as a replacement. Had a guy no-show, and I had to fill in. I got a call from Jordan right before the show started, and he said, "Hey,
for PWA?
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, "Hey, you want to come make $20?" That was when we were with Kwanzaa Hut.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
You were probably there before me then, because
I guess that's about right.
Yeah, when Jordan was Jordan was working there, that was
because that was July. It was before PWG started. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you were around for PWA until PWG started.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
So I might have been there.
Maybe right about the same time.
Yeah.
So, Derek, one of the things I was telling Derek, one of the things I think I'm one of the things I've not adjusted to very well. When we were in our 20s, the New Midwest guys, the guys I came up with, when I was a young wrestler, when I was cutting my teeth. I mean, it was 24/7, man, and we were 20. It was like it was basically like a frat. So we hung out a lot, and we were always at Denny's or Perkins, always talking wrestling, always or watching getting together at somebody's house to watch a pay-per-view, all this stuff. And I miss that. So one of the things I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get around to a bunch of the guys and just kind of sit around and talk wrestling a little bit and get a little bit of that energy going throughout the group, because I think one of the things that maybe the fans don't get to see as much is what a family the locker room can be.
Right.
We really are all brothers. It's a brotherhood. I mean, whether you're traveling, sometimes it's kind of a distant brotherhood. Right. Like when you go out traveling, you have to be able to trust those guys that you may have never met before with your life. It's kind of like an automatic thing. But here, everybody also has like their home promotion where they know everybody, they cut all their teeth, and they're all, that's where your tight-knit family is. And so trying to get some of that energy going through the fam. And man, Derek, you're one of my I consider you one of my closer friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of my favorite guys in the business. But why don't you tell them, just let them know a little bit. I'm sure most of them know, but introduce yourself a little bit.
Wow, is it hard to believe that I met you just after I turned 17?
Man, it's all hard to believe.
Man, oh, I remember the first time I ever walked through that door, and they said, "Hey, you're gonna meet Guy Smith." And I don't remember. I told you I didn't remember seeing you at the show, at the New Midwest show.
Yeah.
I could tell then your passion for the business, because it was never oh, hey, I'm Guy, let's learn how to wrestle today. It was you were hard-nosed and driven to not, you were taking our money to train us. You weren't just taking our money to have conversation, and so many I have done that.
Yeah.
But you were always there to be, keep your eye on the prize. And
I always looked at it like I always wanted to make you a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to make you feel like a wrestler.
Right.
And I think some of the schools out there get those confused.
Right. And from the moment I walked in, and you asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, well, I don't know. I came here to see if I wanted to be a wrestler, and from the minute I took my first bump, I was in love.
Yeah. So we got Spectacle coming up, Grand Wrestling Spectacle. You've been there a little bit longer than me, so or same time frame, whatever.
Right.
Man, what are some of your memories?
The Spectacle, man. Spectacle's, so many times guys go out there and they just, they just do. Some guys show up, they, what's the word? Bring the briefcase to work.
Yeah.
They put in the work, they go home. And there's other guys who make shows, their own.
Right.
And Spectacle, I mean, not to brag about win-loss records, because I don't like that, but I've never lost at Spectacle. That's my that's my playground. I look at it as, you talked about our hometown feds, our home promotions. That is my home promotion, PWA. That's where I became who I am, and Spectacle is our show. That's our big grand. Grand spectacle.
Grand wrestling spectacle.
If there was any occasion to, turn yourself up a notch,
right?
That's where I want to do it.
Yep.
Oh, it's so much, so many good matches I've had at Spectacle with Tom Arson and yourself and KC. It's just been incredible.
Yeah, man, you run a murderer's row of
right.
Central Illinois vets, man. That's
And I never saw myself in that. I always growing up. You look at a marquee,
right,
and you look at names in the marquee. You never expect to see your name on there. Maybe eventually you'll see a promoter put your name on a flyer and go, woohoo, cool. But we were in the showcase. Had there not been a TLC match behind us, we would have main evented the Grand Wrestling Spectacle.
Yep.
And then to last year to main event my first Spectacle, man, that was it.
Yeah.
That was all I wanted to do from the time I walked into the door at PWA. I wanted to just be the wrestler.
Right.
So many guys, they get that character and they get sink in. And me, I'm not character. I let my ring work define me. Yeah. So
you've kind of. So I would say that you've gotten to where you're at. I mean, you've been the regional heavyweight champion. You main evented last year. We wrestled for the main championship. Even though we weren't the final match. We were definitely the championship match.
Right.
The unification match that they called the most important match in PWA history. The year before that, you had the ladder match with Tom Marson. And so you've become definitely a superstar in PWA. You've become, I consider you. I don't really like the term veteran, but I consider you one of the veterans, one of the top tier performers. And I would say you got there by stealing the show enough times, regularly. So I would. What I'm trying to ask is, how do you think about that? Do you think about stealing the show? Like, what is your, what is your mindset when you go into your matches? Especially on like a stage like Grand Wrestling Spectacle, where everybody is going to try and steal the show.
Right. Right. My biggest thing, and you taught me this, as well. You know, you're your own biggest critique.
Yep.
So if I have a bad match, you know, no one in the crowd will know.
Right.
Yeah, but I will know, and I'll come back and I will beat the hell out of myself because I should have done better.
Yeah.
So
as most of us do.
right. So I don't, you know, I have a higher standard because I know what I can do.
Right.
So if I fail to meet those, then I got to figure out what happened and why. So when it comes to, I prepare for every match to make it better than my last match, and that's show by show, spectacle by spectacle. You know, every single time that I step out there, I try to be better than I was the last time. I watch film. You know, I kept a notebook. I have it somewhere. It's lots in there. You know, but it's sticking to that has got me through. You know, falling in funks it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, especially I have 4 months ago I had a kid, so it's easy to get detached from what's important.
Mm-hmm.
But staying focused to that has really helped me because spectacle comes around, and I don't just look at each show before. I look at each spectacle before, and I say, well, I know that the last 3 spectacles I fought for a championship, and now it's not for a championship. I'm fighting for my career, for my livelihood. If I lose, there's no more me in PWA. You can't come over here and do one of these again. But it's I prepare to steal the show because that's just how I like to see it. I like it. I get the most adulation when fans come up to me afterwards and tell me that I had the best match on the show.
Well, actually, that's perfect. No, all right, man. Well, again, jeez, hold on. That's the wrong way.
Hey,
there we go. Derek, thanks, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'll see you soon. I'll see you at Spectacle, hopefully before.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna get out of here.